What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to the Warframe video. So we're doing a double duty Incarnon video. Today we got the Incarnon Ceramic Dagger and the Incarnon Dual Toxocyst on Khora. We'll be showing how these ones work, basically trying to jam it both into one video, and also showing how Khora has a new really crazy stat stick with a Ceramic Dagger, and basically how you can use that with no Riven and just have a really easy, lazy time. If you enjoy these types of videos, build videos, news videos about Warframe, make sure you're subbed to the channel. We do daily Warframe video uploads. Also, check out the live stream channel tonight. I will be opening some of the most expensive relics in the entire game. The Glaive Prime Blueprint relics. Honestly, on the high end, it's like 200 plat for some of those blueprints, and the relics are like 50, 60 plat each to purchase. So, if you want to come stop by and see some actual like Warframe gotcha, potentially, come stop by and maybe we'll get some good stuff. Alright, so let's get in here. For the video today, we got the Ceramic Dagger. I'm going to be going over the Incarnon options. The long and short of this one is that it is a dagger with some very special Incarnon options. One of the options lets you get a bunch of initial combo and have a bunch of hits of combo all the time, even when you're heavy attacking constantly. So once fully stacked up, we're going to have like a 10x multiplier at all times. So the way this works, get your hits in the first place, heavy attack, now you are in transformation mode. You get increased melee damage, sprint speed, and some other stuff. You also launch out spectral daggers. The spectral daggers will not be used like at all in this video, so just letting you know. Additionally, since we're using it as a stat stick, some of the Incarnon upgrades, it's a new thing that they added. Incarnon upgrades do apply to pseudo-exalteds like Khora's Whipclaw. So you're getting very high slash consistency with the plus status chance evolution here. And remember, this is with no Riven, no accumulating Whipclaw stacked up, and yeah, you can get really, really big, easy numbers with this thing without even hitting a single enemy with the weapon. And as far as the Dual Toxocyst, the way this one works is that once you get a couple headshots, you'll stack up your meter, and then you transform it, and it will chain to nearby enemies on shot and becomes full auto. I would highly recommend, if you're using the Dual Toxocyst, to go for headshots, as it has a special ability. Upon hitting a headshot, you get built-in toxin damage on your build. So if you look at what I have right now, I shoot the body right here. It's an electric proc. I have an electric mod on my build. But if I shoot the head, it becomes a corrosive proc because, as I said, when we get a headshot, we get toxin, and we're going from electric purely. So those are the two weapons we'll be showing today, and I'm also going to show you all the Khora stuff too. This is my updated Khora setup. So let's first go over all the Incarnons we're using on the Ceramic Dagger. Keep in mind, the Dual Toxocyst is not as essential for this build. You can just use any good weapon you want on Khora. So I will show you the options you can go for, but the ones I've got right now, we have increased primary damage by, we have increased damage by 100 base damage, and on primary kill, plus one initial combo, stacks them 100 times. This is why the Ceramic Dagger is the godly stat stick. By the way, this works on, they need to edit this to make this correct description. It's on primary kills or secondary kills. They didn't put it in there properly. So 100 initial combo, that stacks on top of the other Incarnons we have, 20 more initial combo, at tier 3 at Evolution 3, Adept Reflexes, so a total of 120 initial combo between these two. And then our final Evo is Absolute Dominion, increasing status chance by plus 30. This will work on Khora's Whipclaw. I think they wanted to make it so stat stick Rivens were as required or like, incentivized. So these Incarnon options do work on the Whipclaw, and there's also one for crit chance as well if you want to go for that instead. I've opted to go for status chance here because the thing about Khora is you can usually one-shot everything, but you're trying to get a slash proc. The slash proc consistency that increases from the Ceramic Dagger status Incarnon is very, very nice, and it makes it feel like you have like a status chance minus impact Riven or something when you don't. You can actually go for a full damage Riven and still capitalize on this crit chance, or rather this status chance. So the other Incarnon options don't even matter for if you're using a stat stick on tier 2 and tier 3. The only one that's going to really matter on your choice is going to be the final tier evolutions. Those are going to be the ones you're going to have to decide which one is right for you. So I'd say on a slash proc or damage over time build, use Absolute Dominion. As I'm using slash proc right now and I'm using Absolute Dominion, it's very nice. I did try it with the crit chance one. It's a lot less consistent slash procs, but you'll get red crits. If you are going for a non-status proc build, go for Absolute Valor, giving you increased crit chance by 30% instead of status chance. This will be great for a corrosive build, be great for, radiation build, I guess. Any like upfront damage build you're trying to go for, or even for a slash proc build, you can go for the crit chance one. And, it's fine. I prefer the consistency of the slash procs, and that's what we've gone for today. So as far as the actual stat stick build on here, I did go for no Riven, just for the video. I do normally use this, though. It's a ribbon with initial combo and melee damage. This will work on pretty much every frame. As you can see right here, I've got Khora, Atlas, Gara, and a couple other builds, too. So this is a stat stick that can work on lots of frames, not just Khora. If you want to min-max it even more for Khora, you would want this ribbon with like crit damage on it, too. Because crit damage mods do affect Khora's Whipclaw. But as far as the build we got today, since we are not really caring about having to build combo, and we have initial combo. Initial combo will not go away unless you die, even if you heavy attack. So we've got Corrupt Charge in here for even more initial combo. So we've got a total of 150 initial combo with all this stuff put together. And combo duration does not matter, as we are going to always have that, so that's great. If you don't want to put on Corrupt Charge, you don't think it's worth it to you, you can put on whatever you want in that slot. That's where I usually put my Riven, but if you are planning to build it to 12x, you can put on Quickening there to build more attack speed. It will not work on Khora's Whipclaw, though. Maybe slap on some like range just to build it up faster. I don't know. I'd say just put on Corrupt Charge in that case. So you've got crit chance multiplying with our multiplier. We've got status chance multiplying with our combo multiplier. And I will let you know in the Steel Path gameplay footage later, I forgot to put on Steel Weeping Wounds. So you will not see as many slash procs in the gameplay footage because I messed up. But either way, we got Carnus Mandible to increase our slash weighting and also give us increased status chance. Another option you can put instead of Carnus Mandible is Buzzkill. Going to give you more slash weighting, but it does not increase your status chance that much. So it's up to you. I think the nerd math actually turns out this one is technically better, but I just like Carnus Mandible more personally. Sure, I'll put on Buzzkill. We'll try on Buzzkill instead. But yeah, Sacrificial Steel to get us into orange crits, and then Gladiator Might for more crit damage, as well as Organ Shell for more crit damage. Pressure Point, Condition Overload does not work on Khora's Whipclaw, so don't use it, please. And use this instead. So showcasing how that's going to work. With the Riven, we're basically just going to... So I can't really show it to you in the simulacrum because I have to get 100 enemy kills. But as you can see right here in the bottom right corner, I have 50 combo hits. If I had to get a kill with my secondary, I will go to more than 50 combo hits. Of course, this is missing stacks right now. 51 combo hits. So if you get 100 kills, you get 100 extra hits of combo. With 100 kills with your gun, so... You can see how that could go like in a survival mission. Let me just fully build this up and show you what you can expect from the slash proc consistency. So there we go. Get the 12x. Then get the extra melee combo, or the extra melee damage will also work in Khora's Whipclaw too from the Incarnon. So make sure you're always in Incarnon mode when using this. Okay, so 84k. As you can see, like they're pretty much the same exact numbers that I had with the Carnus Mandible. It's just like, which one do you have? Which one do you think is going to be better for you? So that's the build right there. If you want to go a corrosive version, just go like this. As I said earlier, just take off the status chance increase and go for the crit chance increase if you're going for Weeping Moon, or if you're going for corrosive. So just do this, and then go to Cavallero and change this Incarnon to the crit chance one. And there you go. You get a corrosive stat stick or a slash stat stick. Some of the best things you could run on Khora. Now, as far as the Khora build and Venari and all that, let's start going over that as well. Now, I didn't really change much from my previous Khora build. To be honest, you still can't really shield gate that great. I'm still putting a Brief Respite because it's a helpful mod. But we've got big range on here. We've got Pilfering Strangledome for extra loot. This will combine if you have a Necros on your team, this will combine very nicely with a Necros on your team. We've got Accumulating Whipclaw. Every 3 enemies hit with the Whipclaw will increase the damage. This does not matter about Power Strength, so you don't even need to run Power Strength on here. Overextended and Stretch to give us more range on our Strangledome and our Ensnare to grab more enemies. Also, you want to have at least 200% range to make it your Whipclaws the biggest AoE possible. And Rolling Guard for shield gating because that's the meta. Prime Sure-Footed because that's also the meta. Prime Continuity because recasting abilities is annoying. And as far as this mod right here, Umbral Intensify, this is just because I have an Umbra form on Khora for some other builds. But for, as far as, like a camping playstyle, this actually can be changed out. This is mostly on here for Dispensary, the ability of Protea, giving me increased drop chance for extra pickups, but it doesn't really do much besides that. So you can easily take off Umbral Intensify for maybe even a Gladiator mod. A Gladiator mod should give you more crit chance for your Ceramic Dagger, and this can maybe get you some red crits if you've been really hankering for those red crits. I'm just going to stick with the Umbral Intensify on there, but there's lots and lots of options. Khora actually has lots of good augments too. Well, I guess I technically took off Venari Bodyguard, but if you didn't take off Venari Bodyguard, you could put that on here too, so... Yeah, you got lots of options. This is basically your flex slot. I'd say Prime Flow is a must-have, though, just because you're casting abilities constantly. And as far as the Arcanes, you got Arcane Energize. 6% chance to replenish a bunch of energy. This is a ridiculously powerful Arcane, even nowadays. But I am pretty much full energy most of the time, so maybe I don't need it. And then Arcane Fury. On critical hit, increase crit chance, or rather, a 60% chance for increased melee damage for melee weapons for 18 seconds. This does work on Khora's Whip Claw as well. I'm going to quickly go over the rest of the stuff, and then we'll talk about the gameplay footage and all that. So for Venari, I always forget to show Venari in my videos. So here's my Venari build. Venari can kill some stuff. We've got Frost Jaw and Venom Teeth giving status chance Venari. So that's going to be viral damage as well. So Venari is now viral slash. We've got Bite, increasing crit chance and crit damage. Venari has 86% crit chance and 6.4 multiplier, with 66% status chance. We've got Link Health, Link Armor, and then a unranked Link Shields. Why an unranked Link Shields? Because Venari can shield gate, and the lower your shields are, the easier you can fully shield gate. So an unranked Link Shields will give you 9 shields of Venari. If you take it off, you have 0 shields. This is the lowest shield you can have in Venari. The best shield getting possible. Venari will die, hopefully, the least amount they possibly can. But, yeah, it can respawn anyway. We got Maul for increased damage. We got Sharpened Claws to remove enemy armor. And then we've also got Prime Animal Instinct to mark loot on the map. And Tech Assault. Venari will, 6% of the time, it will not die. So this is a pretty nice way to like take care of Steel Path enemies with Venari. Keep in mind, when you do put an ensnare on them, Khora's second ability, Venari will go crazy on them and really try to destroy them. Now, as far as the focus tree, since we're all going off initial combo here, we don't even need Naramon, hilariously. You can go with any focus tree you want, and you can even go for Naramon. It's just we don't need it, is the thing, because we are going off initial combo. Heavy attacking, we keep our combo. It's just going to build right back up instantly. You do not need to run this. So you can run, but you can run Vazarin to protect your teammates and yourself. You can run Zenarek for energy regen. You can run Madarai for power strength and casting speed. You can even run Nairu for armor strip. So you really have any option you want, guys, because the Ceramic Dagger is that good. All you need to make sure you have is you have to have a good primary or secondary to get those 100 kills, and then you're good to go after that. For the Smita Cat, I've shown the Smita Cat build a lot, but I'm just going to flash it quickly on the screen here. And then let's go and show the dual toxocyst. I'm actually going to talk about dual toxocyst while we go over gameplay, actually. Because you know, there's a decent amount to the dual toxocyst, but also not that much at the same time. So let's get in here. So the reason I'm using the dual toxocyst, you might remember my Strun video from a couple months ago, where I'm like, okay, this is basically, it becomes AoE. It's the new Whip Claw for Khora. The reason I'm not using the Strun right now is, first off, it's not as new. It's not as new to me. I want to use the dual toxocyst because it's new to me. But also, the Strun just fires a little bit slower. And also, additionally, in Kuva Survival, like right here, when you pick up a Power Cell or a Kuva Catalyst, you are forced to use your secondary, not your primary. So the dual toxocyst can take care of big groups of enemies with its chaining, and it's not a primary, so I can actually use it. See, I'm holding the Kuva Catalyst right now. That's one of the reasons I'm using the dual toxocyst right here. So remember, I don't have Weeping Wounds in this footage, so I'm not getting as much slash procs as I wanted to. Just keep that in mind. So as far as the dual toxocyst, the Incarnons I have gone for on tier 1, I have gone for Fevered Frenzy, which will increase your base damage by plus 50, and on ability cast, it gives you plus 5% multi-shot, stacking up to 20 times. I am whip clawing a lot on Khora, so that 100% multi-shot is completely free to me. So very nice. And also the Condition Overload gun one, the other one that I don't even know the name of, that one does not work as intended. Let's just put it like that. So moving on to the next tier, we're at tier 3. We got Marksman's Hands giving increased, reduced recoil for the dual toxocyst. This is nice as it's full auto, and I think I have a plus recoil Riven or something. So the other options are just pretty much utility stuff anyway, so take your pick there. And for the final Evo, we've got Commodore's Fortune increasing crit chance by 20. This thing does not have very good crit chance at base. And also the other Incarnons are not that great. I think one of them's like Punch Through on kill, and the other one is Toxin on headshot. This thing already has Toxin on headshot. Toxin on headshot is a noob trap Incarnon for the final tier on the dual toxocyst, in my opinion. So as far as what we have on here, I am unfortunately having my Riven right here. If you don't have a Riven, I'd say put Galvanized Crosshairs in that slot. You can still get like good crits. But a Riven is nice for this thing. I would definitely recommend getting a dual toxocyst Riven, as it doesn't, without a crit chance Riven, we're at 89% crit chance on the Incarnon mode. With a crit chance Riven, we're at 147, so it's a lot better. And with a higher crit chance Riven, you could be 169 or higher. So that's red crits with Avenger. If you still want to get red crits with just a crit chance Riven, you can put on Galvanized Crosshair in that slot instead of Lethal Torrent. You do get fire rate on headshot too, but it just didn't feel right to take off Lethal Torrent. So We got corrosive here. This thing is very flexible. As I said, we have only one elemental mod. When you get a headshot, you get extra toxin, so you can change it up a lot. If you want to put on a gas build, prime heated charge on headshot. So it'll be heat on body shot, and it'll be gas damage on headshot. So very nice there. I'd say this is one of the better ones to do. And then if you want to gem on some viral, you can maybe try to fit on a D-polarity viral mod here. Maybe the 60-60 would fit. The 60-60 does not fit, but of course, you can just take off steady hands if you really wanted to. This thing is juicy, and as far as a Riven stats that are good, I do have a Riven rolling video on the dual toxins if you want to check it out. But basically, like I said in my video, you want to go for the meta stuff, basically. Crit stats, multi-shot. This thing is really nice with punch through. You might see I just bought a punch through Riven there. The punch through stat is going to make it where it will chain to multiple enemies. It will punch through the first enemy, chain through that guy, hit the second enemy, chain through that guy too. It becomes very AoE. So I recommend that highly. My Riven with crit chance, multi-shot, punch through, minus zoom is very nice for groups of enemies. But I will admit the crit chance, crit damage minus zoom one is better for single target. And the dual toxis can do very good single target damage. I call it single target. It's never going to actually be single target unless you're using the primary mode. The Incarnon mode is very good for killing singular targets with a crit damage Riven like that. So Khora is still chilling after all these years. You can ensnare the Acolyte still. You can drop down the Strangledome and CC the entire area. And yeah, this is a 4-player health scaling Acolyte. Just ensnare him and shoot him with the dual toxins. You can't do anything about it. So very powerful combination. I'd recommend it highly. Ceramic Dagger also is honestly one of the most versatile Incarnons in the game. So it is in the Nightwave store this week. If the week this video is going up is the Incarnon, rather the blueprints in the store this week. The Incarnon is not available this week, but it will be back on week 3 or 4, whatever week it's on. So that's basically gonna be it for the video, guys. Really, really good stuff here. I do enjoy these Incarnons quite a bit. And yeah, the biggest thing is with the Ceramic Dagger, you need to make sure you have a somewhat decent primary or secondary to get that initial combo. As you don't have any if you don't have any primaries equipped, you can't get that initial combo, so keep that in mind. Alright guys, that's it for the Khora Incarnon Ceramic Dagger video. I will have more Incarnon videos for Ceramic Dagger in the future on other frames, but I also want to make this one focus on Khora so I can show the whole thing here. Alright, I'll see you next time. Appreciate all the support and see you on stream hopefully. Peace!